Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today, we're going to be answering your emails, answering your questions, and just trying to help everybody out. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. I do love reading your guys' comments. I love reading the emails. I try my best to answer all of them that I can. Sometimes I see something and I just have to keep moving on with editing or something. So, if I don't answer your comment or answer your email right away, first off, if you're a member, just email me back and circle back. I will get to you eventually. Sometimes stuff just falls through the cracks. And two, if I don't answer, it's not because it was a bad comment. Sometimes life just finds a way to make me busy. Also, this is my last DIY haircut, so my friend who cuts my hair, who is the best hairstylist I've ever had, she will, start cutting my hair for me, so it'll look a little bit better next month. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into your questions. Guillermo says, "Hi man, just started seeing your videos a couple days ago and really like your content and how you express your knowledge. Congrats, just joined the Snow Club." Oh yeah, they are a channel member. Thank you for being a member. "I'm writing to you as I'm looking to buy my first pair of skis and would love some help from your side as I've been researching for some weeks now. But the amount of slight variances between models and brands is incredible and I'm a bit overwhelmed." Yeah, if you look at all of the makes and models out there, it's insane the total number of skis out there for consumers. "I've been skiing since I was 10, currently 30, but for different reasons I've always been reluctant to buy skis since now. I'm 6'4" and 207 pounds. I normally ski 2 weeks per season, one in the French Pyrenees and the other in the Alps. And I'm from Spain." Very cool. Those are great places to ski. Oh my God. Can I just say too, Europe has such better access to skiing than we do in the US. Like you can go, one, you guys get better breaks from work, but also the amount of areas you can go and the amount of skiing you can get for such a different budget is so beautiful. I really, really admire the ski culture in Europe and everything. Anyway. "I have a medium advanced level. I normally don't have problems on piece and try to carve with good success on blue piece, less success on red and blacks. From what I've read, I think my needs fit under the all mountain pieced oriented skis, if that ever a thing." Yeah, probably. A good all mountain ski. English is not this person's first language, so we are not going to be judgmental at all. If you heard me speak French, it's like at a kindergarten level, so. Okay. "I'm looking for a well-rounded ski to use them mostly on-piste to keep pushing my carves, but also serve me in uneven terrain. Typically one more difficult black slope with moguls, occasionally off-piste. Where the terrain is more demanding, I push my ski capabilities. Therefore, ideally, the ski should help me on those more difficult terrain where my techniques top. Another difficulty I'm finding regarding length, I believe it should be maximum 10 centimeters less than my height, 184, but most of the skis I've looked for don't reach that length and might be too short. On the other hand, I'm not sure if that would be a complete no-go, as being a bit short makes them easier to handle and make turns difficult. I don't reach more than 50 to 60 kilometers, 30 to 37 miles per hour. From my research, I've come to the following models. If you believe I might serve better, don't hesitate to mention them, please." Before I read any more, I'm gonna say you probably want a lawn ripstick, or at least it's worth trying. But let's see what you say. "Volkl Mantra 88. So far what I've read, I think they fit most of my needs. Off-piece shape, they work well, not ideal conditions. But every review I've read or watched, they say they carve really good. Worried they require more technique than I have to make them work." The Mantra 88 doesn't take more technique. It's just a very specific style and a very damp and like beefy ski. I would try them before I bought a Mantra 88. It's a lot of ski and it may not suit your needs. That would not be my first choice for you. Atomic Redster Q7.8 RevoShock. These I believe are the most on-piste oriented. With this 85, I read they can serve occasionally off-piste. My concerns on these, so it's shape with rocker, maybe a bit camber, that might not help me. Difficult blacks. Yeah, that's not a bad option because it does kind of initiate the turn for you. Watch my video though, you can see them off trail where they struggle, but they're okay for very light amount off trail. Probably not great for moguls or things like that. I don't know. Yeah, that could be a good fit. I've also heard good things about the Blizzard Anomaly. Can't access those. Volkl Peregrine. Can't access those. Atomic Maverick 88 CTI. Is that like the 86C? I don't know if there is a CTI. But these last ones I don't think fit much conditions I normally face. I've tried to be as specific as I could, but if you need more info, do not hesitate to ask it. Thanks a lot in advance and Happy New Year. Yeah, I think you're a little off track with some of these, minus the Atomic Redster. And maybe the Blizzard Anomaly. Blizzards are pretty, you know, even keeled with their stats usually, although I've only skied the Wrestler 10, so hard to say on the Anomaly. Because Blizzard doesn't want to work with me, so I don't have access, and I haven't been able to access the Volkl Peregrine. An Atomic Maverick 88, I love, that's my personal ski, but it's very precise ski, and it really requires that you're kind of dialed in on your carving. Down the line, that could be a great option, but I don't know that it's going to be the most forgiving. What I would go with is an Elan Ripstick. I've only reviewed the 96 Black Edition, so take that with a grain of salt. But I wouldn't hesitate to recommend at least trying the Elan Ripstick. That's a ski that really initiates the turn for you, similar to the Atomic Red Stick. It's got an asymmetrical shape, so it means that your turn initiation kind of starts for you. It's also got enough diversity that you could take it off trail a little bit and still have fun. That would be my recommendation for you. Try the Elan Ripstick, try the Atomic Redster. You could try a Fisher Ranger 90, maybe for a little bit of variety. But that's where I would start. I like the Volkls, but that's a lot of ski. And for somebody who's kind of intermediate and, you know, starting to climb up, that might just be a lot of ski. And it's a very specific ski style with the turn initiation in the middle of the ski. You may try it and love it, but I would not sight unseen buy a Volkl Mantra 88. I think the Elan Ripstick would be perfect for you. The Blizzard also might be good. I just haven't skied it, so it's hard to recommend it. And I would look at, yeah, an Elan Ripstick, maybe just the green edition. I haven't tried it, but I believe the platform's pretty similar. And maybe just look at the green edition. I'm not sure you need all the stability of the black edition. But then we're kind of getting off from what I've actually tried. But that would be my suggestion. Try the Elan Ripstick. Another good one you could try is the Fisher Ranger. Maybe try the Blizzards. But all in all, I think the Elan Ripstick more suits what you're talking about. It's got a lot of that turn initiation that the Redster Q has, with a little bit more diversity on and off trail. It's not great, it's not like a powder ski or anything like that, but I found it to be a little bit more forgiving off trail than the Redster Q series. Anyway, I hope you found it helpful. You know, check out my video on ski height. I think that kind of explains things more thoroughly than I can tell you right now. But yeah. And thank you so much for being a member and writing in. All right, Michael says, I've been out of the game for 10 years and was a good skier, but parallel and more skidding turns. I'm 45 and been skiing for my 6th year. Last week, I have been skiing for 3 days in Germany. Very bad conditions, very crowded with other people. I have the Carve 2 and my ski IQ is 130. I'm not familiar with Carve. In March, we go skiing in Austria for 1 week. I've been watching many of your videos and also many other reviews. I think I wanted to have a ski with a bit more underfoot, 84 to 92. Not that I will go off piste, but more for maybe bad conditions and so on. Also, I want to work on real carving. I narrowed it down to 4 skis, maybe you can add some. Rosignol Arcade 84. I've only skied the Experience. I don't have access to the Arcade. Salomon QST 92 with same bindings. That's a pretty good ski. Not very accurate, but a fun ski. Atomic Maverick 88 Ti with same bindings for 612. Yeah, I like the Atomic Maverick 88 Ti, though it can be a less forgiving than other skis. Atomic Maverick 86C, keep up the good work, and thanks in advance. If you're mostly on trail and I had to pick something out of that list, it would be the Atomic Maverick 88 Ti. You know, I don't know how tall you are, so that may add to it a little bit. But, you know, my default out of everything here would be the Atomic Maverick 88. For everything you're saying, though, the Atomic Maverick is not the best for bad conditions. In that case, I would look at like a Nordic Enforcer. You could try some of the smaller widths that I haven't tried. You could go with a more damp ski. Like I said before, the Volkl Mantra 88 is great, but it is a lot of ski. The Mantra 100 isn't bad. I would try something that's a little bit more damp, like a Nordic Enforcer. You could also try the Stokely Stormrider. I like my Atomics a lot, but it depends on what the bad conditions are too. European bad may be different than what I'm thinking of bad. If you're thinking of like heavy wet snow, I mean, waxing can fix some of that, but the Mavericks do struggle in the sticky snow because they've got that Horizon tech which can kind of grab onto the snow more. The QST 92 isn't a bad option, honestly, because it does have the cork dampener, but it's not a very accurate pinpoint carving ski like the Maverick. I would say you've got a pretty good list. I would try the Atomic Maverick, maybe give the Volkl Mantra 88 a try. It's not the most forgiving ski, but it does carry its momentum through things. I've only skied the Nordic Enforcer 99, but I did like that for bad conditions. I also like the Volkl M7 Mantra. I'm still doing the review for that, but I've liked it so far on bad days. So you just kind of pick and choose what you want. You kind of want your ski to do a lot here, so you're kind of asking for a lot out of one ski. Start there with an Atomic Maverick 88, a Volkl Kendo, oh, it's called Volkl Mantra 88, and then I'd also try the Nordic Enforcer. It does a lot of what you're describing. It may not be forgiving enough for you, so definitely give it a demo if you can, but I think all in all, you're on the right start. You could also try like a Blizzard Rustler. It's pretty good in those kind of conditions. It's just kind of a very like across the board good ski. Doesn't necessarily specialize in anything, but it doesn't look like you need it to go super off trail either. Out of your list, more carving oriented, Maverick 88. Bad weather, I'd go QST 92, but check out the Mantra 88. I think it would serve a lot of what you're talking about, or the Nordic Enforcer. Those are both really good options for bad snow skiing in my opinion. The problem is I don't have access to the narrower version of the Nordica, so I can't give you like a sight unseen recommendation, but I did like the Nordic Enforcer 99. Just as long as it's 2025 and newer. I don't like the older versions. All right, Towhead25 says, what do you think of this for a 2-ski quiver? Mirus Cor and Atris. Live in Salt Lake City. I ski mostly with my kids on groomers, hit the parks, and try to get up for the POW days. I've been using the Mirus Cor for the non-powder days. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're freestyle oriented, which I'm not, that is a really good 2-ski quiver, because the Mirus Cor has the short turn radiuses. You can enjoy the carving on them. They do have like kind of a top speed, but then again, if you want a high top speed, you got the Atris. That's a very good 2-ski quiver. The only thing that you may be missing is for bad weather. Like if you wanted a third ski for really, really bad snow, the Mirus Cor is going to struggle in the bad snow, and the Atris can get a little hung up. You could do with like a damp ski for the really bad days, but in Salt Lake City, for majority of the days, you've probably got a really nice 2-ski quiver, especially if you're more freestyle oriented. I think it's a great quiver. That's nice. All right, last comment comes from John Cad. They say, thanks, bought the Maverick 95 Ti over the summer. Your video helped immensely in figuring out my East Coast quiver. The 95 Ti is a great ski for soft snow conditions. Might end up being my daily driver. Yeah, you gotta be careful when the snow gets too soft, although East Coast soft is different than West Coast soft, but the Horizon Tech can get caught when it's like really, really wet and sloppy. But I love the Maverick, and I'm so glad that you love them too. I would be curious to hear the rest of your East Coast ski quiver. I always find that stuff kind of interesting, because East Coast conditions are changing. The mountains like have changed since even when I was a kid, where some of those like really tight tree runs on Burke have started to open up. So yeah, but I'm so glad you love your Maverick 95. I'm not paid by Atomic. In fact, they don't even like send me skis at this point or return my emails. But I gotta be honest, I love the Maverick line as well. I feel like there was a time where nobody was talking about the Maverick line. The Bent series was kind of selling like hotcakes during the COVID bubble. More people were getting into off-trail skiing, and the Maverick was really, really overshadowed. Whereas the Maverick line, in my opinion, if you're looking for something that blends on-trail performance into off-trail, is one of the harder skis to beat. I mean, you've got the Meier Wrangler, which also does that. You've got the Salomon QST 92, 98, whatever. There's other skis doing it, but the Atomic Maverick might be the ski that's most overshadowed, or at least it was. I think it's starting to come to light now, but overshadowed by skis made also by Atomic. I really love the Maverick series. I'm glad to see people ski on, and glad to see that you guys like it. You know, I made that review, like a year and a half ago, and it's nice to see like, oh, people were happy with it. It was a good fit for a lot of people. I don't think it's a ski that's perfect for everyone, but in my opinion, the value it provides, the capabilities, the build, like how well it carves, it's got a lot of really good traits that a lot of people in general can enjoy. So I'm so happy you're glad with the fit, and thank you for commenting. So anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. That's a free way to support the channel. We also have memberships down below. If you're looking to buy skis, please use my affiliate links down below. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's a really important way that we're able to keep this channel running. So if you are shopping for skis in general, please consider using those. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. It means a ton to me. The community that I see in the comments is so positive and so helpful, and I really, really appreciate all of you guys just helping each other out and being really nice in the comments. So thank you so much to everyone down there. I really can't say enough. I'm really proud of how nice everyone in the ski community has been, but also just people that watch this in general. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.